Vince Gable criticises his friend Lord Oakshott over inexcusable poll leak.
This is the GAP News at 5:30 with Gary Pendlebury.
Vince Gable has criticised his friend, who many in the Liberal Democrats have blamed all day for commissioning on the poll in the Liberal Democrat prospects at the next election. Also this morning, Rolf Harris admits feeling sickened by his behaviour but insists teenager was a willing participant. One Direction fans divided as video appears to show Zayn smoking marijuana. And football's coming home. Professor Stephen Hawking offers the formula for England's World Cup success. Good morning and welcome to the programme. Vince Gable has criticised his friend, who many in the Liberal Democrats have blamed all day for commissioning on poll in the Liberal Democrat prospects at the next election. Lord Oakshott has often been seen as an unofficial spokesman for the business secretary, although that relationship has cooled in recent months. The poll, which showed Nick Clegg would lose his own seat in Sheffield if he stayed on as leader, was leaked to newspapers last night. It also suggested there would be an 8-point bounce if Dr. Gable was to take over as leader. Television celebrity and veteran entertainer Rolf Harris has described his guilt at embarking on an affair with the teenage friend of his daughter, saying he had betrayed everybody. Speaking at Southwark Crown Court, the 84-year-old told jurors that he was left feeling sickened by his behaviour, blaming himself for the alcohol problem the woman developed. But he insisted that the affair was consensual and was a willing participant in the string of sexual encounters they had. Harris faces 12 counts of indecent assault on 4 alleged victims between 1968 and 1986, all of which he denies. Giving evidence at the start of his defence today, the artist rebuffed allegations, including claims from his daughter's friend, which relate to 7 counts, but admitted they had had several inmate encounters, beginning when she was around 18. He also revealed that he had a second affair with a woman that he and his wife Elwen had allowed to live rent-free at the annex at their home. His wife listened from the public gallery alongside other family members as he told of how he was devastated when she found out. When questioned about the allegations relating to his daughter Bindi's friend, which was alleged victim claims date back from when they were on holiday in Hawaii when she was 13, the TV personality said their relationship only begun when she was an adult. The entertainer told the court it was small, consensual, and everything that had happened, she had been a willing participant. But the 84-year-old, who started giving evidence standing but later sat in the witness box, told the packed courtroom, "I felt that I had betrayed everybody, betrayed their trust." Pressed by his defence barrister Sonia Woodley QC on why he felt such remorse, Harris's voice broke as he told jurors because I had an affair with their daughter, who was much younger than me, an extramarital affair. Harris said he felt sickened by myself for being a part of it all, adding, "I knew it was wrong. Here I was, much older than her, a very young lady who was many years my junior." The 84-year-old said he originally told police there had only been 2 sexual encounters between him and the girl because he felt huge embarrassment about it. The star told the court that the pair's first inmate encounter happened when she was 18, as he took her a cup of tea in bed when she stayed at his home in Bray, Berkshire. He described how she appeared to invite him to touch her in behaving flirtatious and coquettish way. Harris, who earlier admitted he was a touchy-feely person, described how his heart was thumping as he touched the girl's leg before leaving the room. The encounter marked the start of a series of sexual encounters between the pair, Harris said, in all of which he claimed she was a willing participant and even investigated some. Later, after receiving several unintelligible phone messages from the woman, Harris visited her at her parents' house in Norfolk. He said, "She was blaming me for the state she was in, destroying her life," she said. He told the court, "I felt I had to let everybody down. I let Alwyn down and Bindi down and their parents down. So I said, 'Please forgive me,' and she said, 'I forgive you.'" The woman asked for £25,000 so she and her boyfriend could open an animal sanctuary, he said, and when he refused, she became irate, beating him with clenched fists and told him, "You'd better keep your eye on the weekend papers." He said, "It was like the sword of the Damocles hanging over me. I kept waiting for each weekend to have some newspaper article destroying me." The court also heard that Harris embarked on a second affair with a woman he and his wife allowed to stay in a separate annex they built for their daughter around 95 to 96. He said they allowed the woman, who was down on her luck, to stay in the house rent-free, but a relationship developed between him and her. It gradually became physical, he told the court, and said his wife was devastated when she found out. During his first day in the witness box, Harris also outlined his rise to stardom, describing how he had created his famous wobble board and even signing a segment of his hit song Jake the Peg. The trial at Southwark Crown Court will continue tomorrow at 11 a.m. A member of the boy band One Direction has been filmed appearing to smoke marijuana while his bandmate jokes about taking drugs. Published on the Daily Mail website, the video, apparently filmed by singer Louis Tomlinson, shows him passing the rolled-up cigarette to bandmate Zayn Malik, 21. In the video, believed to have been shot in April while the band were on the Latin America leg of their world tour. He also repeatedly jokes about the po-po, or police, as the officer drives by on a motorbike. 3 remaining One Direction members, Liam Payne, Harry Styles and Niall Horan, are not in the car when the video was filmed. Possession of small amounts of cannabis for personal use is not punishable under Peruvian law. The band's record company, Columbia Records, has only commented so far to say the matter is in the hands of our lawyers. But One Direction's fan base appears divided if their Twitter comments are anything to go by. Many fans said the incident would not change the way they felt about their heroes. But others were concerned about the band's ability to remain role models for their young fan base. The leaked video could prevent the band from playing in the United States, where they also have a large following. Just last month, TV cook Nigella Lawson was reportedly stopped from flying to the US after publicity missing that she had taken cocaine. And finally, during almost half a century of hurt, numerous football brains have been tasked by solving one of the great riddles of our time. Why do England so regularly fail at major tournaments? The problem has become so bad that the world's most prominent physicist has tasked with finding the answer and preparing a formula for the 3 Lions' success in Brazil this summer. Professor Stephen Hawking was commissioned by bookmaker Paddy Power to come up with the equation, which, as you might expect, is more than a little complicated. The award-winning scientist looked at a range of variables, including temperature, altitude, shirt colour and travelling distance to produce what he calls the perfect conditions for England glory. Included in those is a suggestion that Roy Hodgson could be backing a 4-3-3 formation and sending his team out in red shirts. And when it comes to the dreaded penalty shootout, Professor Hawking has also some suggestions for players. Go high and take a long run up if you want to avoid heartache. He adds that bald and fur-headed players should be chosen to step up as they have been proven to have a greater chance of success. Professor Hawking said, "Ever since the dawn of civilization, people have not been content to see events unconnected and explicable. They have craved an understanding of the underlying order in the world. The World Cup is no different." He says the FA's decision to allow wives and girlfriends to join the trip will have no bearing on England's performance, but says that the factors that will determine their progress are hugely complicated. "In fact, compared to football, I think quantum physics is relatively straightforward," he added. And of the eventual winner? Although Professor Hawking says he will be supporting England this summer, he believes hosts Brazil will be the side lifting the coveted trophy. Okay, that's it from us, but we're of course back at 1:30 with more news and sport. So from all of us here, enjoy the end to your week. Goodbye.